Hi everybody, this is Tara from Tara Swimsy's Fakery, and today I just wanted to come on with a quick video. Hopefully it'll be quick, I don't know. We'll see how far we get and what we want to do, but I'm still working on these. I've been working on other elements for different projects, and I'm like, I got to get back to these. If you don't know, I messed these up. I didn't mess up, but I kind of did. I used a spackle that I really wasn't sure about, and it was just way too soft, and I didn't put any plaster Paris in it, and so it just was way too soft. So I tore it all apart, and I'm starting over because I want integrity with my products always. So I am going to do my ice cream scoop for my sundaes. I have two here, and then I have a third mocha, and I'm actually going to turn these into a mocha sundae, which I love. Mocha almond fudge, oh my gosh. Sundaes or ice cream, delicious. I ordered these silicone molds, and this is the ice cream molds. I got these on Amazon, and it was like a little set. And it comes with a little chocolate mold, a little ice cream, cutesy little adornment, and then a macaron. Still playing and learning, and so learning how to work with these molds. I just really feel more secure going with the foam clay, which I use the Bose foam clay, and I've been playing around with the foam clays a lot. If you don't know, I'm new to fake baking. I've been a crafter for 30 years, so this is my journey with fake baking and my processes of learning and working with these products. I got some Model Magic. Yeah, the Model Magic. I got some of that at the Dollar General just to try before. I've worked with it before, but not in the same context as, I don't even remember why I had it, but I was using it, I think, on my little ornaments that I make. They're made out of light bulbs. And, whoops, sorry. I love this stuff because I love the detail that stays, and it doesn't puff up. It stays pretty much the exact measurement of the mold that you've used. And so I did not lose any detail in my Model Magic little seahorse here, and these turned out a lot better, and so did the seashell. Or the starfish. So seashell, starfish turned out great. The only thing I don't like with the Model Magic is the paintability of it. It's taking like 10,000 coats for me to get it covered. I also don't like that it doesn't stick to itself very well. So I have these there's toothpicks in there with super glue on each of the limbs at the joints and the head, and it's still like I could glue that a little bit more, but I've covered this, like this will be my fourth coat covering this. So I definitely would put the paint in your clay first, you know, your Model Magic. I know Cassie Smallwood does that, and but I haven't seen a whole lot of people working with the Model Magic, and I'm not in Facebook groups or anything like that. I'm not on Facebook, and so I'm just depending on fake bakers here on YouTube to help me learn this craft and what materials, you know, really work together and well, and how they paint and how they stick together. But I have tried over and over to make a gingerbread man, and this is the first one that I'm semi-happy with, except for the painting. I like how his limbs turned out. You know, I've got a little jag here because my toothpick stuck out too far, but I think this is kind of what I'm going to be making my little gingerbread guys to look like. And I'm going to make his head a little bit bigger because I got this size of eyes, and I've got a whole bunch, so I'm going to use them. So I'm going to make his head just a touch bigger. That way I've got room to put his little icing on and just cutesy him up. I think what I'm going to do, instead of putting another coat on this, I'm going to seal it with the matte Mod Podge, and then I'm going to go over it one more time, and that should cover it. So this Model Magic just soaks up the paint. It is the only reason it's just not covering very well, because I'm actually using Americana paints, and they should have already covered. I mean, these are really good pigmented paint, so there's just no reason it shouldn't be covering. So I think what I need to do is prime it first with, like, you could do chalk paint, or you could prime it with the matte Mod Podge, I'm pretty sure, and then put your coat of paint over it. So I'm going to try that. Especially, I'm going to be doing my seashells and my little adornments for my cupcakes that I'm making that are sea themed or beachy themed. So I'm going to prime these. I'm going to prime one with the chalk paint. I'm going to prime one with the Mod Podge and see which one I like better. Because I don't always know exact colors that I want to do. And my adornments, I don't want them to already be a color and I have to go with that. And then I've got to start all over to make other adornments to go on something else that, you know, I needed a different color scheme for, if that makes sense. You can see how much detail you lose with the foam clay, and look at the size difference. That astonished me. I was like, whoa, that's almost a half. It's not quite a half. It's a quarter size smaller, wouldn't you say? I mean, look at that. Wow, that's crazy. Do it like that where you can see how much smaller it is. But it's fine. I mean, you know, but I don't like losing that much of a size. That does bother me. So, that's been my learning process this week. And I'm really enjoying learning these products so much and getting a fine tuning, because I don't like wasting money. And so I really want to fine tune which products I'm going to be using on all of my fake bags. And that way I can feel secure and feel, you know, just confident in the products that I put out when I sell them. So where I was going with this today is, I'm not going to do all this Model Magic stuff. I'm working with the Bose foam clay. Get on Amazon and look up BOHS. You'll find that clay. A lot of people work with this clay, and I really like it myself. It has, and I'm doing the dark brown and the light brown. This is kind of a caramel brown. I think I don't know what the name of it is, but you'll see. It's a caramel brown and a dark brown, and I love these two colors. And I'm going to add just a little bit of the dark brown with my caramel. We're going to make these, I want to match this, so I need a lot of white to this, and I may just need the brown, the dark brown with the white. I don't know, I'm playing with it. So while we're waiting on this little masterpiece to dry, I call this like my master color piece. Not calling it a masterpiece. But anyway, my piece of clay that is my master for my color. I'm going to start working on a mocha almond fudge cookie. So, I've got my corncob bedding here. If you don't know what this is, it is this. I got this at one of the pet stores in, you know, any city will have these pet supply or pet stores, and you can buy this corncob bedding there, and I think Amazon sells it. And I think it's about the same price on Amazon, so I don't think I really saved any money getting it at the pet store. I'm going to use this pet bedding to act as my almonds. You really can't tell a difference when almonds are chopped up and peanuts are chopped up. So I'm going to use it as my almonds. And that's that. So I'm going to take my chocolate, my dark chocolate brown, because I want this chocolatey, mocha looking. And I also want to make some little faux, coffee beans. I think would be so cute. And I might even put some coffee beans around my little rim here. I think would be so adorable. So we're going to condition this clay, and then I'm going to start putting my chocolate chips in there and the almonds. And I could even put like some of these chocolate chips in there. I could just take these apart and just put them, you know, down in there. I don't know yet. So I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to roll my little cookie out. I kind of want a big chunky cookie. And one thing I've learned is don't make your cookies too thin. Because then you don't have a whole lot to put your skewer in to make it. I'm getting glitter all in my, I guess it was on my little rolling pin. That's okay. I'll get it off. I'll just tear that off. And cookies are not perfect, so. And I'm just going to take my little tool here. I don't know what I want to make it with. One sec. So I'm just taking my cookie, and I have just gone around with, first I did this. I took my little, well, let me show you what I've done, because I'm going to make several cookies. I had to go look at a picture, because, you know, my husband always says an artist is only as good as his reference. So I definitely look at pictures on Pinterest of actual cookies that have been baked. Now, I am not a realist, but I do like a little semblance of realism. I mean, to me, that's the whole point of fake baking, is you want people to be really enamored by your piece, and that it looks a little bit like real food, you know. So anyway, I'm gonna we'll make a smaller version. I'm just gonna pat this out just a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect, because no cookie is. Mine anyway have never been perfect. Kind of puff it up on the sides, make sure it's not too thin. All right, now I just took my little grill mat that I got at the Dollar Tree, or the 5-quarter store, whatever you call it, and I just kind of went around and did this, just to get that shape kind of go different ways. I have another one, and I might cut it up into pieces just so I can have it for texturizing. It's amazing how much you can use. Sorry, I'm getting this all in the camera. How much you can use. And you want to press it down kind of hard, because foam clay does not hold its shape. So you see how that's really already starting to look like a crinkled up cookie, because it has a lot of, I'm just going to take like crevices and, what am I trying to say, y'all? It has, oh my God, my mind's not working today. Crackling is what I'm trying to say. Crackling. So I'm just going to go around in a circle now with the back of my X-Acto knife. And y'all just be careful of that blade, obviously. And I'm just going to break up any straight lines that my mat might have laid down. But it's looking pretty. I love this. See that fine crackle in there? And then you're going to do the same to the side. kind of just it's pretty. All right, and then I'm going to come in with, now you could go even further, like, but I don't think I'm going to do that, because I want more of the contrast on top than necessarily the cookie. If you were going to make it real, you would do a darker brown first and then paint over it with your lighter brown. Or you could mix a darker black brown with this and get kind of a marbling effect, and then put in your texture. Do we want to try that? I might really like it and then decide to do that. But, and then you can kind of pat, if something looks too straight, just kind of pat it out, and you know, but it will puff up and lose some of this straight line business. And here's the other one I did. I really like them. Okay, so now I'm going to put in, okay, so I did this one because I wanted to see what it'd look like first before I brought it to y'all, but I just took my darker brown and I put probably a quarter black to my dark brown. I just have this Make Shop air dry clay that I got from the Dollar General, and I like to use this to color my clays. It does a great job if you don't overuse this. You don't want the majority to be this because it's a drier. You can put a little water in this, I'm sure, and it'll be fine, but I just feel like it's a little bit more dry and it kind of sucks the life out of your Bose clay. So I've used it before on another thing and I didn't like it. So I'm just taking chunks of my mocha almond fudge. This is the fudge part in a chocolate chip cookie style. And I'm not making them really round. They're just kind of oblong, and you can leave them a little bit more raised up and chunky looking, which I really like that look. I like a lot of dimension. You just haphazardly put it in there and just let it be what it wants to be. And then we're going to put the almonds in here. Our bedding to look like almonds. Just kind of okay. That looks good. All right, I'm gonna set this off to the side in my little. I have my little containers. I have my clays in to keep them kind of, stick it to the side there. That way they don't stick together. Okay, now I'm going to put my little bedding in here. Actually, I'm going to make some almonds first, and then I'm going to put my bedding on top like it's, I'm going to do a chunky almond and then this chunky almond. Two different types of chunky almond. That way it's kind of obvious. These are mocha almond fudge cookies. I'll be back. Okay, so I was looking around my art room to figure out how I could make almond slices, and I thought, I've got, you know, almonds kind of look like wood. It looks like unfinished wood. So I've got these little earring cutouts in the crescent shape, which are perfect for almond slices. I've already cut 2 down. And this is what they look like when you kind of tear them apart or cut them down. They kind of splinter a little bit, so be careful. Don't get a splinter in you. But I cut all this away, and I painted it with, first I painted it. So let's paint one. I've got old parchment. I love this color so much. I use this a lot in fake baking from what I've done. And you can do both sides if you want. But don't, it's already got like what a real almond would have in an almond slice. It's got that dark edge that's the outside of the nut. And so I don't want to paint over that. I'm just going to gently, and it doesn't even have to be perfect because some lights and darks would be fine in there. I just cut it because these are super thin, so I just have my little scissors here, and I just cut 3 pieces, sorry. And well, maybe we'll do 4 pieces. Okay, and then you're just going to put those, I'm going to scoot this over. You're just going to put those down in your, they're not going to see that hole because it's going to be covered up. And then you can take your little X-Acto or take some kind of little tool and just kind of lift up your dough up over your, or press it down in there, whatever. Like I say, I'm just learning. I'm not really teaching anybody, but I'm just passing along any information that I gather. Just kind of, I like how that you can see the outside of that one. So I'm just going to put these all through my mocha almond fudge cookie. And I'm going to cut this one down a little bit more. That way you get those curves like it's a real almond slice. I might put one over here. I've got some little pieces here. Just like that. And here's a piece I painted. I'm just going to cut this away. And I think I'll just set it over here. Just kind of push that in. Yeah, I don't really like what that did, so I'll just put it down like this. There we go. But you get the idea of what I'm doing. And we'll see if those stick. If they don't stick, I will have to just lift them up gently and put a little bit of, I think I better do that now. I'm going to go ahead and put some super glue in there. I like the Loctite. I also like the Gorilla. I think that looks really cute. What do y'all think? Now I'm going to let this dry because I'm going to put like a little chocolate glaze, like just a drizzle, and then I'm going to put my my bedding sprinkles on, which will create another element for the cookie. So, all right, I'll be back. Oh, I forgot to do my little almond shape in there. I'm going to do 2 almonds, just kind of, you know, somewhere in here, or maybe 3, I don't know. But I have these little surfboard cutouts. Now these are a little bit thicker, so I haven't cut this yet. I'm probably gonna have to cut it with my pliers. I hope I have pliers big enough. And I painted it to look like an almond. And what I did was I put my base coat. We'll do one more, because just in case I don't have enough. This is a longer video, y'all, so I hope you're enjoying it and learning some things. But I'm taking a little bit of this orange, and I'm taking my candy bar. It's called Candy Bar. And it's by Ceramico. I have had this bottle for eons. So, I don't even know if they make this color anymore. But it's a red brown. So just add red to your brown and you'll get candy bar. You see that? It's kind of a burgundy. And I'm going to take, this is my mid color. Can y'all see that? I can't tell what I'm doing, if y'all can even see that. But this is kind of the mid tone, or that darker stripe. But first I'm going to put in, so I take a little bit of that mid-tone and then I add orange to it. And that brightens it up. And I'm going to add a little bit more orange. It's pretty bright orange. So it's kind of like a burnt orange. And I'm just going to, and I can go a tiny bit brighter than that. Just keep adding. I just have an apple barrel jack-o'-lantern. Is the orange that I'm using now. It's kind of watery, so I'd rather have something a little bit thicker. But you're just going to stain it. You're not making it, because I want to see all this striping in here, because that's just like the nut itself. You know how this, you can feel the grain of the almond. And then I'm going to take my mid-tone. I darkened it just a touch. And I'm going to just come in here while the paint's just a little bit wet, that orange base coat. And I'm just going to do stripes. And I'm going to kind of go in like rounded stripes. We're not doing like just a straight line down, because the almond is rounded. Is kind of domed up, you know. So we're kind of creating that illusion that it's rounded. So there's that. And I can go even just a touch darker. So I'm going to take my candy bar now, and I'm just going to come off of this one. And I'm going to come back over some of those. Need a little darker. Just going to come back over. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And it's good that we've got these other mid-tones in here with this dark, because that just gives more of an illusion. So you haven't messed up. You're just layering colors on top of colors. And that gets it to look like an almond. And this is fake baking. We don't have to have it super real. It's fun to have a little bit of realism. And then I take my orange, and then I take my old parchment again. Love this color. I hope I can find this, something similar to this, because I don't even, do y'all even know if they make ceramic coat anymore? So I'm taking that old parchment and the orange together, and I'm just going to highlight just some spots in here. Just some little jags of color. And if it gets too dark, just take your finger and just pat it out. That'll kind of blend. And there's my other little almond. And I could go a little bit darker. You see how this really looks like an almond to me. So I think I'm going to darken this up a little bit more with my candy bar brown. You could take a little bit of like this chocolate, dark chocolate, with the candy bar just to get it a touch darker. Don't need a whole lot of that. I'm just gonna, here we go. And I'm not doing the whole thing, I'm just kind of widening up some of this. And it's toning down some of that orange. I got it a little too orange. So darken up your orange just a little bit more than what I did. That way it's not just glaring at you, that burnt orange look. That's good enough. Okay, let me get my lids back on. And then we will see about cutting this. Okay, I tested it before I put y'all on camera, put myself on camera doing it. But I got my little Klein tool. I got this at Lowe's. And I'm just gonna make sure you don't get your hand in it. And I'm just gonna cut it with that. If you have like a really heavy duty pair of pliers, I don't right now. Okay, so I got 3 pieces. I'll go ahead and do this one. It's hard. There it goes. I got so much on my desk, y'all. It's ridiculous. Okay, there we go. There's our slices. And I've lost one somewhere over here. But anyway, we get the idea. Okay, those work great. Now I'm going to start putting my little almonds on here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put my super glue on. Isn't that funny how that kind of looks real? It looks, at least we kind of know what it is, you know, and that this is an almond, mocha almond crunch, mocha almond cookie. And then just bring some of your clay over that hole. And, you know, kind of press it around where that's like an almond in there. What do y'all think? I think that looks cute. Let's put one, because I'm going to kind of have a drizzle in here, and I don't want my almonds all getting messed up. And I did not put glue on that one. So let me take it back out. I think we can definitely tell that this is a mocha almond cookie. Oh, does anybody else get irritated with super glue? I do. All right. I think that's all. You just need a little, and this one doesn't have any almonds in it, so I need to get to work on it. So I got these little pieces on Amazon. If y'all have any other ideas for how to make almond slices, please let me know in the comments. Because but this was really fast and easy. Didn't take me but a few minutes to get those created. And to me, it looks like little almond slices. I mean, I think it's adorable. It's so fake, but yet a little bit real. And I love that. That's me. I love a little bit of real with more of the fake, more of the whimsy. Okay, so I'm back to matching my master color to my spackle color that's in my glass here, and I really like it for the ice cream color. So let's get started on this. I'm going to go ahead off camera and mix up my color. Y'all kind of saw already how I mixed it. It's going to be a lot of a white and then a little bit of brown and a tiny bit of caramel color. So I'm going to get that mixed and I'll be back. I just want to show you how beautiful is that. Oh gosh, that is gorgeous. I'm talking about a beautiful like candy or a swirl lollipop. That would be gorgeous. So I'm going to show you how I'm making my scoops. I've got the silicone mold, like I said earlier, and I got it off of Amazon, and it is ice cream scoop shaped. And I just press it in there, trying to get as much impression as possible. And I'm going to take a large portion of my clay. I learned this from Vanessa on Up and Growing. And you take it and you... It's not going to work. There it goes. I kind of distorted it just a little, but that's okay. And then I'm going to cut this off. And there's your ice cream scoop. And then I'm going to I'm going to let these all dry. Just going to kind of take my... If you let it overflow a little bit more than that, like off the sides, then you can have something to work with for your foot or your, you know, the overflow of your ice cream from, like if you've done it from a actual ice cream scooper. That's okay. And I can always add to this. So I'm going to let these dry. And I'm going to do 2 more. I might do a few more than that. Since these are so small, these are smaller than what I scooped in mine, I'm going to probably do 3 scoops on this one. And I might do 2 scoops on this one and 1 scoop on this one, because this is just a drink. So I'm going to do that and I'll be back. Now I've got my pet bedding here, and I'm going to use this as my almonds in my ice cream. Okay, so what I've done here, let me get y'all back, is I've taken a dried piece of foam clay in the dark brown, and I have cut it up into like little chunks. I didn't like the way this mold did with this particular piece of chocolate, so I cut it up. I'm just going to use these as my ice cream accent for the chocolate, obviously. So that's how I cut it up, and just be real careful. And it's going to bounce all over the place. If y'all have a better way of doing this, let me know. And I kind of want it in smaller pieces. But it looks just like mocha almond ice cream. Mocha almond fudge ice cream. It's gonna look... It has that chunky, you know, some of the ice cream shops, like mine, Brahms, theirs is real chunky like this. I love it. It just looks so cute. Okay, that's enough. So we're just going to start adding this to our little ice cream pieces. Our little ice cream scoops. And I'm kind of getting the smaller pieces because I don't want it to overwhelm. Some are small, some are not. And you can tear these apart. But isn't that cute? That just looks so adorable. I love it. Okay. We're going to add more to these when they dry. I'm going to coat them with Mod Podge, the matte Mod Podge. The whole thing is going to be coated, and that way my little pieces will not fall off. And so there's that. And I'm going to finish these up, and then I think the next video I'll do on constructing, how I'm going to construct, because I really need to think about it. I really want it to look cute and do it right. So I'm going to wait for these to dry a couple of days, and then I will be assembling my sundaes, my mocha almond fudge sundaes and drink. So thank y'all for watching, and I know this was a little bit longer video, but I really appreciate it, and hope y'all got some great tips that I've learned along the way, and you know, just kind of winging it as I go. And y'all have a great day. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like my content. It just helps me grow my channel. And I'm just so grateful to be here with y'all on YouTube. Thank you so much. Bye.